Do you believe memory loss is an inevitable part of aging? You might be surprised to learn the cause isn't always your age. It often starts with the very first thing you eat in the morning. After 65, the brain slows down its ability to clean up toxins that build up overnight. If your breakfast is high in sugar, refined carbs, or missing key nutrients, this cleansing process gets disrupted. The result: worsening memory, mood swings, lighter sleep, and a steadily increasing risk of cognitive decline month after month. Many are shocked to discover that changing just one breakfast item can trigger deeper brain waves, reduce neuroinflammation, and significantly improve memory even past the age of 70. In today's video, I'll walk you through 4 common breakfast mistakes that could be silently harming your brain every single day. And at the end, I'll reveal the one breakfast food neurologists recommend most especially for women over 65. According to research from Tufts University, seniors who regularly eat breakfast rich in choline, casein, protein, and polyphenols have up to 32% lower risk of cognitive decline. They also experience deeper sleep, sharper focus, and better memory in everyday tasks. Before we continue, I'd love to know, how old are you this year? Drop your number in the comments below. I'll read and respond to every single one with care. Imagine a quiet morning in the cozy kitchen of Linda, a 69-year-old woman living alone in suburban Oregon. As always, she starts her day with a bowl of whole grain cereal, pours in some skim milk, adds a few banana slices, and reaches for a glass of orange juice. It's a routine she has followed for decades, believing this breakfast to be healthy for her weight, heart, and brain. But what she doesn't realize is that this seemingly perfect breakfast is silently harming her brain, day after day. After the age of 65, the brain's natural detoxification system, called the glymphatic system, begins to slow down, especially in the early morning when we wake. This is the critical time when the brain needs proper nutrients to recover and flush out toxins that built up overnight. Unfortunately, many seniors unknowingly disrupt this vital process by consuming refined sugars, empty carbs, and inflammatory foods first thing in the morning. Even worse, these foods are often disguised as healthy choices. Let's look at the numbers. A typical bowl of cereal contains around 12 grams of sugar. A banana adds another 14 grams. The orange juice, at least 22 grams. In less than 15 minutes after waking, Linda has consumed nearly 50 grams of sugar, more than a can of soda. But because these foods are marketed as healthy, she doesn't think twice. Her brain, however, feels the impact: a sharp spike in blood sugar followed by a rapid crash, which destabilizes her energy and inflames delicate neural tissues, especially in the memory centers. That's when the little lapses begin. Walking into a room and forgetting why, struggling to recall someone's name, reading a message twice and still not understanding it. Many assume this is just normal aging, but in reality, these are early warning signs from the brain: I'm overwhelmed and undernourished. The damage deepens when sleep is compromised, a common issue among older women. High-sugar breakfasts spike insulin and disrupt hormonal rhythms, leading to restless nights and shallow sleep. Yet deep sleep is exactly when the brain eliminates toxic proteins like amyloid beta, the very plaques associated with dementia. It becomes a vicious cycle: poor sleep, poor breakfast, more toxins, more memory loss. Studies from Tufts University show that seniors who consume high glycemic breakfasts have up to 32% more amyloid plaque buildup in the brain compared to those who eat protein-rich, anti-inflammatory meals. That's not a minor difference. It's the difference between waking up clear and focused or groggy and drained. But the real issue goes deeper. It's rooted in belief systems. For decades, women were taught to avoid fats, choose low-calorie foods, and start the day with cereal and juice. No one told them that the brain actually needs healthy fats to produce myelin, the protective sheath that helps neurons communicate. It also needs choline and omega-3s to reduce inflammation and slow cellular aging. By removing fats and replacing them with empty carbs, you deprive the brain of its most essential fuel. Have you ever felt like you're not quite as sharp anymore? That everything takes longer preparing meals, managing your schedule, even having a conversation? It may not be aging that's slowing you down. It could simply be that your brain isn't getting what it truly needs. The good news: you don't need to become a nutritionist to fix this. You just need to observe more closely and make small, intentional changes. For example, instead of starting your day with boxed cereal, try a boiled egg, a few slices of avocado, and a warm cup of herbal tea. These foods help stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and provide the fats and protein your brain craves to reset and rebuild. Now picture a different kind of morning. You wake up feeling light. You remember what's on your to-do list. You talk with your grandchild and tell a story from your youth without losing your train of thought. You step outside, clear-headed, no coffee needed. This isn't a fantasy. It's the very real result of making smarter choices, beginning with what you eat at breakfast. And if one seemingly healthy breakfast can be this damaging, how many other foods might be silently sabotaging your mind? There are still 3 other common breakfast mistakes you could be making, and what comes next may surprise you even more. You want to keep going, don't you? Because your memory, your clarity, and your independence in your golden years are worth protecting. And this journey has only just begun. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, just drop a 1 in the comments so I know you're still with me, because women over 65 deserve to be heard, supported, and empowered. Now, picture yourself standing in the refrigerated section of your local supermarket. The lights are bright, the shelves are spotless, and rows of colorful yogurt containers catch your eye. Labels shout things like low-fat, probiotic, and heart-healthy. You instinctively reach for the one with blueberries on the label, thinking, this must be good for my brain. But what if I told you that this seemingly smart choice might actually be quietly undermining your cognitive health? For decades, women have been told to fear fat, to avoid butter, skip the yolks, and replace everything with low-fat alternatives. While these intentions may have started out well-meaning, the consequences have been significant, especially for brain health. Here's something that might surprise you. Your brain is made up of nearly 60% fat. It relies heavily on essential fatty acids, such as omega-3, to repair cell membranes, reduce inflammation, and keep your memory sharp. Yet, most seniors today begin their mornings with meals that are nearly fat-free, but packed with sugar. And that silent swap could be accelerating brain fog, memory decline, and even the earliest signs of dementia. Let's break this down. 1 serving of low-fat fruit yogurt can contain up to 17 grams of added sugar. That's more than a small donut. When consumed on an empty stomach, that sugar is absorbed quickly, leading to a sharp spike in insulin, followed by a blood sugar crash. You may not feel it immediately, but your brain does. This roller coaster of blood sugar destabilizes neurotransmitter balance, inflames brain tissue, and steadily erodes sleep quality over time. And it doesn't end there. Many women report waking up feeling anxious, foggy, or irritable without knowing why. They reach for what they believe is a safe breakfast, like yogurt and fruit, but end up fueling a dangerous cycle of sugar dependence, hormonal imbalance, and cognitive strain. They start forgetting names, misplacing items, losing track of conversations. It feels subtle at first, then it becomes unsettling. If any of this sounds familiar, you're not alone. If you've been feeling more forgetful, more tired after meals, or if your sleep has become shallow and fragmented, you may be experiencing what researchers call neuroinflammation, and it's often caused by daily dietary habits that appear harmless on the surface. According to the Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Aging, older women who consume high levels of added sugar, especially from processed breakfast foods, face a 24% higher risk of developing mild cognitive impairment. Even more concerning, most of them had no idea that their breakfast was contributing to the problem. But here's the hopeful part. A single, simple change switching from sugar-loaded yogurt to full-fat, unsweetened Greek yogurt can dramatically shift your cognitive health. Unlike its low-fat counterpart, Greek yogurt contains more protein, more healthy fats, and none of the insulin-spiking sugars. It supports healthy neurotransmitter function, keeps your blood sugar stable, and gently awakens your brain without the crash. Want to take it a step further? Add a handful of walnuts, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a few slices of avocado. These brain-nourishing additions offer antioxidants, magnesium, and omega-3s, which actively reduce inflammation and enhance neural communication. They're not just food, they're fuel for memory, focus, and emotional resilience. Now take a moment and reflect. How many times have you picked something off the shelf just because the label said healthy, fit, or low fat? How often have you trusted food marketing, not realizing that the very nutrients your brain needs were being removed and replaced with sugar, fillers, and empty calories? It's not your fault. You were taught to believe those choices were healthy, but now you know better and you can choose differently. Imagine starting your day with a breakfast that stabilizes your energy, clears mental fog, and supports your brain's natural healing. Picture yourself recalling details more easily, joining conversations with confidence, and finally getting that deep, restful sleep you've been missing. And no, it's not too late. Studies show that women over 65 who make small dietary adjustments can experience measurable improvements in brain performance in as little as 30 days. That means fewer memory slips, better balance, more independence, and more joy in life's simple moments. Because dementia isn't just a disease of aging, it's a disease of accumulation. Small daily choices add up over time. And breakfast is one of the most powerful opportunities you have to change that trajectory. So tomorrow morning, as you stand in front of your fridge, ask yourself, is what I'm about to eat protecting my brain? Or is it quietly draining my focus, my energy, and my memories? Now you know the answer. And coming up next, I'll show you the next breakfast mistake most seniors are still making, one that seems innocent, but is quietly dulling the sharpness of the brain. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Have you ever thought that a glass of fresh fruit juice every morning is the healthiest choice for your brain? Millions still believe so. But the truth is, for women over 65, this seemingly innocent drink may be silently harming memory, sleep, and emotional stability bit by bit. After a long night, your body enters a reset mode. The brain needs stable energy to clear out waste that built up during sleep. But instead of being nourished, it's suddenly hit with a concentrated dose of sugar from fruit juice, even if it's labeled as 100% natural. Picture this: you drink a glass of orange juice, thinking you're getting vitamin C and antioxidants. In reality, You're ingesting the sugar of 3 or 4 oranges without the fiber that slows absorption. The result? A blood sugar spike. Insulin surges. And within an hour, you feel tired, foggy, irritable, or anxious for no clear reason. In younger people, the body may bounce back. But for women over 65, insulin regulation weakens, and nerve cells are more sensitive to blood sugar fluctuations. According to a study by the American Institute of Geriatric Medicine, just 1 glass of juice per day can raise the risk of cognitive impairment by up to 18% in older adults. Even more concerning, that refreshing feeling right after drinking juice often tricks us into thinking we're getting healthier. But weeks later, you may notice increased forgetfulness, restless sleep, mood swings, and you'll blame aging, never suspecting the real culprit is sitting right on your breakfast table. You deserve clarity and vitality, even past age 65. And the good news is just one small change in your morning habit can lead to remarkable improvement. Instead of fruit juice, begin your day with a warm glass of lemon water or a simple green smoothie made with spinach, cucumber, celery, and a few blueberries. These options avoid sugar spikes and help hydrate your brain cells, support detoxification, and reduce inflammation naturally. You don't need to give up everything. You just need to choose with awareness and understand that breakfast isn't just about filling your stomach. It's how you nourish your brain, starting from the smallest things. Next, I'll reveal another common breakfast food that many believe is gentle and easy to digest, but in reality, it could be the reason you're struggling with chronic insomnia and daily concentration lapses. Don't miss it. Have you ever noticed that your mornings often begin with a slice of toast or a soft sandwich with a bit of fruit jam? It's quick, easy, and feels light. But for women over 65, this seemingly harmless breakfast might be the silent start of a chain of issues. No one talks about cognitive decline, persistent fatigue, and hidden blood sugar instability. Why? Because most white breads today are made from refined flour. This type of flour is stripped of fiber, B vitamins, and natural minerals. Once it enters your body, it quickly breaks down into glucose, causing a sudden spike in blood sugar followed by a sharp crash. And this crash directly affects your brain, making you feel dizzy, forgetful, unfocused, and sometimes anxious for no clear reason. You might think, but I only eat a little. Just 1 slice, what harm could it do? Yet, according to research from Harvard University, consuming just 2 slices of white bread daily can increase the risk of cognitive decline in older adults by up to 26%, especially when combined with a sedentary lifestyle and poor sleep quality. It's hard to believe, isn't it? A food we've trusted since we were young, something we thought was safe and comforting, has now become a hidden threat to brain health after 65. The issue isn't the bread itself, but what's inside it. Mass-produced bread often contains hidden sugars, hydrogenated vegetable oils, and softening agents to prolong shelf life. These additives not only trigger inflammation but also interfere with essential brain-regulating hormones, like serotonin and melatonin, both critical for memory, emotional balance, and deep sleep. So what's the solution? You don't need to eliminate bread completely. You can switch to smarter options: whole grain bread, rolled oats, or rye toast topped with nut butter or ripe avocado. These provide fiber, B vitamins, healthy fats, and most importantly, a low glycemic index, helping stabilize energy and nourish brain cells naturally. We can't turn back time, but we can reshape our mornings to protect the brain and keep our bodies in balance. This isn't a restrictive diet. It's a loving choice you make for yourself. Next, I'll reveal a breakfast food that seems healthy but could be the reason why so many older adults are tossing and turning through sleepless nights and waking up mentally exhausted. Don't miss it. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, drop a number 1 in the comments below so I know you're with me. Your support helps me share even more solutions for your memory, your sleep, and your well-being. Do you believe that a glass of low-fat milk or a cup of fruity yogurt in the morning helps keep you fit and healthy? Many women over 65 have held on to this habit for decades. But here's the little-known truth. This seemingly healthy choice may actually be quietly disrupting your brain's natural rhythm, especially the production of 2 key hormones, melatonin and serotonin. You see, low-fat dairy products are often marketed as heart-friendly or weight loss-friendly. But to make up for the removed fat, manufacturers typically add a large amount of sugar. According to research from UCLA, a 125-gram fruit yogurt cup may contain up to 15 grams of added sugar. That's nearly 4 teaspoons of refined sugar. When consumed in the morning, this sugar surge spikes your insulin and disrupts melatonin synthesis in the brain. Why is this dangerous? Melatonin doesn't just help you sleep, it also plays a critical role in overnight neural repair. Without it, you're more likely to experience shallow sleep, frequent waking, and most importantly, a compromised ability to flush neurotoxins like beta amyloid from the brain. According to the Alzheimer's Association 2021 report, this disruption is a major factor in the progression of cognitive decline. Ever wake up feeling groggy even after a full night's sleep? Or find yourself irritable, emotionally low, and mentally scattered for no clear reason? These symptoms often come from the melatonin-serotonin imbalance triggered by sugar-laden, healthy breakfasts. Serotonin, often called the happiness hormone, is vital for emotional stability, memory, and focus. When you consume high-sugar, low-fat processed foods in the morning, you're not only disrupting your brain's rhythm, you're also starving it of the very chemistry it needs to feel balanced and sharp. What's worse, seniors often take medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or insomnia, many of which already reduce the brain's ability to produce serotonin and melatonin naturally. Combine that with sugary diet foods, and the risk of developing mild cognitive impairment. MCI rises sharply, according to data from the U.S. National Institute of Nutrition and Aging. So, what's the solution? Rather than cutting dairy completely, switch to plain Greek yogurt or naturally fermented kefir unsweetened. These choices nourish the gut-brain axis and help produce tryptophan, the amino acid precursor to serotonin. They also contain healthy fats, protein, and probiotics that support both digestive and neurological health. Add a handful of berries like blueberries, raspberries, or strawberries rich in polyphenols that reduce neuroinflammation and boost circulation to the brain. And don't forget a few walnuts or almonds, which provide tryptophan and healthy fats to aid the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins critical for brain function. And please steer clear of foods labeled fat-free or low-fat that include long lists of artificial sweeteners, flavor enhancers, and chemical thickeners. Read your labels carefully because your memory deserves more than marketing claims. We can't control the passing of time, but we can absolutely control what we choose for breakfast. And sometimes, changing your milk or yogurt is all it takes to help your brain breathe again, restore its rhythm, and find peace in a brand new day. Up next, I'll reveal a common breakfast seed that seems nutritious but could actually be damaging your brain silently if consumed the wrong way. Stay tuned. This might be the missing piece that protects you from dementia after 65. Have you ever added flax seeds or chia seeds to your breakfast? Maybe sprinkled over yogurt, stirred into oatmeal, or blended into a smoothie. It sounds healthy, right? But if you're a woman over 65, struggling with sleep or memory issues, you might be missing a critical factor: how you're using these tiny seeds. The problem isn't the seeds themselves, it's how your body processes them after 65. Many people eat whole flax seeds without grinding them. The result? Your body can't absorb the omega-3s, lignans, and powerful nutrients locked inside. These tiny seeds often pass through your digestive system virtually untouched. So, while you may believe you're nourishing your brain, you might actually be letting that opportunity slip away. Worse still, consuming chia seeds at the wrong time, such as early in the morning on an empty stomach, can backfire. These seeds absorb water rapidly in the stomach, causing bloating, discomfort, and even interfering with the absorption of essential B vitamins. This, in turn, slows the production of serotonin and melatonin, two key brain chemicals tied directly to memory, mood, and quality sleep. A study from the University of North Carolina found that adults over 65 who consumed ground flaxseed combined with a protein-rich, healthy fat breakfast showed 21% improvement in focus and experienced deeper, more restorative sleep after just 2 weeks. So, if you're already incorporating flax or chia seeds into your breakfast, great, but do it wisely. Always grind flax seeds before eating and pair them with foods that support absorption, such as nut butters, almond milk, whole oats, or boiled eggs. A brain-boosting breakfast isn't just about what you eat, it's about how, when, and with what you eat it. These little seeds can be a powerful gift to your brain, but only if you give them the conditions to thrive. Next, I'll reveal a fruit that's extremely common in many family refrigerators, but when eaten at the wrong time, it can disrupt your sleep and negatively impact the part of the brain that controls emotion. Don't miss it. Do you remember what you had for breakfast this morning? A slice of toast, a glass of juice, or maybe just a quick cup of tea before rushing into your day. These small choices, we often overlook them. But for your memory, your sleep, and your clarity after the age of 65, it's the small things that make the biggest difference. Together, we've uncovered what seemed harmless boxed cereals, bottled fruit juices, white bread, low-fat yogurts, and even tiny seeds like flax and chia. Each of them, when consumed the wrong way, can quietly erode memory, disrupt sleep, and drain your energy without you even realizing it. But you've also seen we are not powerless. We can reclaim our mornings not by doing more, but by choosing better. Better food, better habits, better care for ourselves. Because you deserve to start your day not just with a full stomach, but with a sharp mind, a peaceful heart, and a body strong enough to love the life around you. And if you've stayed with me until this moment, I believe you're just like me. You want to grow older without growing weaker. You want each morning to be a fresh beginning, not the start of forgetting. If this video helped you in any way, even just a little, leave a 65 in the comments below. That's your quiet commitment to take your health back, one breakfast at a time. Share this video with your loved ones, anyone who's worried about memory, struggling with poor sleep, or simply wants to feel stronger each day. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because in the next video, I'll reveal one natural brain tonic that's helping thousands of women over 65 sleep better and reduce brain inflammation in just 14 days. That's something you don't want to miss. We can't turn back time, but we can begin again with a new breakfast, a better choice, tomorrow morning. Thank you for spending this time with me. I wish you a peaceful, nourishing morning starting now.